We're coming to you from Studio 42, Dave Valley, Tom Verducci. I'm Robert Flores. You know, here at the network, only the extra special players get their own montage, right? And Francisco Lindor is definitely extra special. He's got pop from both sides of the plate, and Tom, he's an elite defender.
Yeah, and I think that is an underrated part of this deal. Now, if you're a real baseball aficionado, you know he's one of the premier defenders in the game. But this is a big upgrade for the New York Mets. I'm talking about just on the defensive side of the ball. The difference between Amed Rosario, who kind of lost the job to Jimenez, and Francisco Lindor is enormous. This is a defensive run save the last 3 years, so we're looking at a bigger sample size here. That is a huge upgrade. And the Mets have a staff that throws a lot of balls on the ground. Defensive play at shortstop, super important for the New York Mets. So in Lindor, you're getting a premier defender. I think, again, a top 2 or 3 shortstop of the game. Let's watch Frankie do his thing. What he's really good at, I think as good as anybody, is coming in on balls. A lot of shortstops will either one-hand or two-hand those balls at the feet on the run. He can do both, whatever it takes to get a play done. He gets the ball, gets rid of the ball really quickly, but the footwork is really what sets him apart to make these plays. So under control. You want range? I mean, who's got more range than Frankie Lindor? To the left, this is outstanding. You see how quickly he gets on his feet, and around to his right, the footwork again. We all look at arm strength, but footwork makes those kind of plays possible. So Frankie Lindor, this is why the Mets need him. This is a team, to me, that's been underrated as far as how much defense has hurt them since they went to the World Series. Annually, in the bottom half, if not bottom 5 in baseball in terms of defensive efficiency, that's turning batted balls into outs, and batting average on balls in play. Now, here's why Lindor has such great range. This is the average depth of where they play from home plate with a right-handed hitter at the plate. Look at Lindor. He plays as deep as just about any shortstop in baseball. Rosario is giving up 6 feet from the point of where he starts. He's among the worst, if you want to call it worst, but at least closest to the plate. That is going to diminish range. So watch Lindor. Watch where he's fielding these balls, how deep he is at shortstop. I mean, he's wearing out the grass behind the infield dirt because his arm is so true. That's Chris Bryant. He's quick out of the box from the right side, and Frankie's throwing him out from left field. So this is where he plays just about all the time. You can do that when you have range with your feet and especially a true throwing arm. And I love this, to be able to circle around the ball because you're playing that deep. Now watch this again. We're talking about making a play to your right where you're so deep, you can get yourself in position to turn towards first base and make the play. Playing deep allows you this. Now, again, you can only do that if you transfer the ball quickly. Now, watch Rosario. Look how shallow he's playing here. That's his normal position at shortstop. So when he has to go to his right, he can't really banana, they call it, around the baseball to get into position. Here's what else I noticed. This is now with the bases empty, no shift on. That's a 4-foot difference between Lindor and Rosario. Again, we're seeing that it's hard for Rosario to cover as much ground when you're playing in so closely. So let's take a look at Lindor and Rosario playing defense here in this situation. This is a double play in order here. Look how deep Lindor is. That's double play depth. Are you kidding me? Turns it easy. But again, he gets rid of the ball so quickly, he's able to cover more ground. This is not nobody on base, folks. This is with a double play in order where he's playing that deep. And it's not just an anomaly. This is how deep he plays with a runner on first base, less than 2 outs. Pitchers are going to love Frankie Lindor. Now watch how much ground Rosario gives up. Now this is, again, double play in order. Look how much closer he is. He's losing 3 or 4 steps. And this is the difference here between a double play being turned out of the inning and instead it's first and second, rally in order with 1 out. So Lindor, the other thing I talked about his arm. Look how true he throws that ball. That is a true overhand four-seamer to first base with no cut or run. Reminds me of Jimmy Rollins, but especially the master of this throw to first base, J.J. Hardy. Everything true over the top. The ball would never cut, sink, or run because it's a true overhand four-seamer to first base. So Lindor's got the athleticism. We saw him get on his feet quickly after diving. We saw the footwork, and we saw the true arm to first base. The bottom line here is the Mets are going to get more outs made on ground balls with Frankie Lindor playing shortstop than they've had in a long time. I mean, again, I think about Syndergaard when he's back healthy. Throws a ton of sinkers. pitchers. Steven Matz puts the ball on the ground. Marcus Stroman puts the ball on the ground. This is going to make a huge difference on the Mets. We love his smile. We love the bat, but I think the Mets are really going to love the glove.
Boy, that is some stark, that's a stark, really, contrast there from where Rosario plays and sets up as opposed to where you see Lindor playing.
And as a catcher, you see a ball hit and you start running down there to back up the throw. When you have a guy like Francisco Lindor, it makes you shake your head going, I can't believe he got to that ball. Oh, my gosh, I can't believe he turned that double play. Because you have an automatic kind of instinct when you see it hit, and now you're running. Frankie Lindor just made that entire Mets staff better pitchers.